Hi everyone. My name is Sarah Thompson, and I'm 28 years old from Seattle, Washington. What you're about to hear is the story of how I caught my husband cheating with my own best friend, and then completely ruined his entire life forever. I never imagined I'd become the woman who planned every detail of her revenge, but when the person you love the most betrays you in the worst way possible, sometimes the only way forward is to make sure they pay dearly. If you're ready for a story full of twists, heartbreak, betrayal, and sweet, sweet justice, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next parts, and let's get into it. It all started about 2 years ago, right after our 5th wedding anniversary. Mark and I had what everyone in our circle called the dream marriage. We met back in college at the University of Washington in Seattle, me, majoring in graphic design, him in computer science. We were inseparable from day one. Late-night study sessions in the Sutsolo library. Coffee runs to the avenue, tailgating at Husky football games. After graduation, we both dove headfirst into the Seattle tech world. I built a solid freelance career as a UI/UX designer, working remotely for startups around the country, good money, flexible hours, no commute through the endless rain. Mark joined Amazon right out of school and climbed fast, eventually landing a senior software engineer role on the AWS team. We bought our dream house in Bellevue, that nice suburb just east of Seattle, across Lake Washington. 3 bedrooms, big windows with views of the misty Cascades on clear days. A fenced backyard perfect for our golden retriever, Luna. Weekends were hikes in the Olympic National Park or paddleboarding on Lake Union when the sun actually showed up. We were that couple everyone posted about, matching Patagonia fleece jackets. Cute date nights, grabbing fresh flowers and seafood at Pike Place Market. Instagram reels of us laughing in the rain with Luna splashing in puddles. Our friends used to joke, "You to make the rest of us look bad." My mom in Tacoma would call and say, "Sarah, you hit the jackpot with Marquise, reliable, handsome, ambitious, and he adores you." And honestly, I believed every word. I felt lucky, secure, loved, but things started shifting when Mark got his big promotion about 18 months ago. Lead engineer on a major cloud security project. More responsibility, bigger paycheck, and suddenly, a lot more travel. At first, it was legit sounding, a week-long conference in San Francisco. Then a team offsite in Portland. Then back to the Bay Area for client demos. He was gone 3, sometimes 4 days at a time. I'd wave him off at the door with a kiss, text him safe flight from SeaTac, and go back to my laptop in our home office. I didn't suspect anything early on. Tech jobs are brutal crunch time, deadlines, all-nighters. Everyone complains about it on Reddit's r scary questions. I'd tease him, "Babe, if you're secretly a CIA operative using a WS as cover, at least bring me back some decent sourdough from San Fran." He'd laugh that deep laugh I used to love, pull me close, and whisper, "You're my favorite part of coming home." It felt real. Then the little things piled up. His phone became glued to him. Calls taken in the garage with the door closed. Stepping outside during dinner when it buzzed. Always angling the screen away if I walked by. One night, I woke up around 2 a.m. to pee. His phone lit up on the nightstand. The preview notification showed a red heart emoji from Jess work. My heart skipped. Jessica Hayes, his coworker, the project manager he'd mentioned casually a few times. Jess has great ideas for the dashboard. Jess and I grabbed lunch with the team. She was pretty, sharp, always in those group photos from work events. But best friend level. No, wait, my best friend was actually someone else. Wait, no. Hold on. I froze in the dark bedroom, staring at the glowing screen. Luna lifted her head from her bed in the corner, tilted it like she sensed something wrong. I told myself it was nothing. Work stress. Late night Slack pings. But the seed was planted. The next morning, Mark was in the shower singing off-key to some playlist. I stared at his phone on the charger. My hands moved before my brain caught up. I knew his passcode to our wedding date, 0615. Stupid move on his part, leaving it the same. I opened messages. There it was. A whole thread with Jess, not Jess work in the contact, but with the heart. Hundreds of messages going back over a year. Flirty banter turning explicit. Miss your hands on me last night. Can't wait for our next meeting in SFO. Photos her in lingerie. Him shirtless in a hotel mirror. Plans. Booked the W Hotel again. Sarah thinks it's just another conference. One from him. She's so busy with her freelance stuff, she has no clue. Makes it easy. My knees buckled. I gripped the dresser to stay upright. It wasn't just a coworker fling. Jess Hayes, Was the same Jess I'd known since college. My college roommate for 2 years. The one who introduced us at a party freshman year. The one who was bridesmaid at our wedding. My best friend since we were 19. She'd been at our house for holidays, barbecues, girls' nights. She'd hugged me when I cried about work stress, told me Mark was the one. And all along, this I scrolled further, months of it, while I was planning surprise anniversary trips, walking Luna in the drizzle around our neighborhood, dreaming about starting a family soon. He was texting her nudes and booking hotels. The betrayal wasn't just cheating. It was double. My husband and my best friend. I put the phone back exactly as I found it. Sat on the edge of the bed. Stared at the wall. No tears yet, just a cold, hollow feeling spreading through my chest. Shock. Then rage. Then something sharper. Clarity. I wasn't going to scream when he got out of the shower. I wasn't going to throw things or demand answers right then. That would give him time to delete, deny, gaslight. No. I was going to be smart, methodical. I was going to collect every shred of evidence. I was going to protect myself. And then, I was going to make sure they both lost everything they thought they had. That morning changed everything. The perfect life. It was a lie. And I was done playing the perfect wife. After that morning discovery, everything felt like slow motion. Mark came out of the shower whistling, towel around his waist, hair dripping. He leaned down to kiss my cheek. Morning, beautiful. Coffee. I forced a smile, nodded, said sure, babe, like nothing had happened. Inside, my mind was racing 1,000 miles an hour. Every word out of his mouth now sounded fake. Every touch felt like poison. I spent the next few days acting normal, cooking breakfast, walking Luna around our Bellevue neighborhood in the constant Seattle drizzle, answering his texts with hearts and emojis. But behind the scenes, I was moving fast. First priority, protect my money. We had a joint checking account for bills and the mortgage, but my freelance income went into a separate Chase account. I logged in from my phone incognito mode, VPN on just in case. Transferred every dollar I could spare to a new high-yield savings at Capital One, password changed, two-factor to my personal email only. I also pulled up our credit card statements online. There they were, charges at the W Hotel in San Francisco. Dinners at Boulevard Restaurant, romantic spot. Even a $300 bouquet from 1 to 800 flowers delivered to an Oakland address. Jess's address, I guessed. I downloaded PDFs of everything and saved them to an encrypted Google Drive folder labeled Taxes 2025. He'd never looked there. Proof collection became my obsession. I ordered a tiny voice-activated recorder from Amazon. Looked like a black USB stick hand, plugged it into the outlet behind his home office desk. It recorded for 20 hours straight on motion detection. I also installed free screen recording software on the shared iPad we used for streaming Netflix and Hulu. If he ever synced his phone or checked emails on it, I'd catch it. For extra measure, I used Life 360, the family locator app we already had for safety, to track his real-time location. Sure enough, during his next late-night coding session at the office, the pin dropped at the Four Seasons in downtown Seattle, not Amazon HQ. He came home at 1 a.m., smelling like hotel shampoo. I started researching Jess Hayes more deeply. Her LinkedIn was professional, but Instagram was gold public account. Posts from Napa Valley wine tours, beach days in Santa Cruz, a photo of 2 champagne glasses at sunset with the caption "Perfect Escapes." The man's wrist in one shot had Mark's exact Apple Watch and the scar on his thumb from a childhood bike accident. Subtle but damning. I screenshotted every relevant post, date-stamped them, and added to my evidence folder. The emotional toll was brutal. Nights alone, I'd sit on the couch with Luna's head in my lap, staring at our wedding album on the coffee table. 5 years of memories. Our honeymoon in Maui. The time we got stuck in a snowstorm on I-90 and laughed about it. Adopting Luna from the shelter in Renton. All tainted now. I cried quietly so he wouldn't hear. But the tears dried up fast. Replaced by cold determination. I wasn't going to be the crying wife. I was going to be the one who ended this on my terms. I confided in one person, my college friend Rachel, now a paralegal in Portland. I called her late one night while Mark was asleep. Rachel, hypothetical. What if your husband was cheating? What do you do in Washington state? She paused. Sarah, is this hypothetical? I broke down and told her everything, the texts. Jess being my best friend, the double betrayal. She was furious. That asshole. And Jess, she was at your bachelorette party. Document everything, texts, locations, financials. Washington is no fault for divorce, but infidelity can influence alimony, property split, especially if he's dissipating assets. Get a lawyer, ASAP. Don't confront yet. They'll lawyer up and delete evidence. She sent me contacts for 2 top divorce attorneys in the East Side, one in Bellevue specializing in tech divorces. I booked a virtual consult with Lisa Chen for the following Tuesday, $500 retainer, paid from my secret account. Lisa was direct. We can push for spousal support since your freelance income is lower and you VA supported his career by managing the home. The house is community property 50/50ths, unless we prove misconduct, but revenge isn't the court's job. Get your ducks in a row quietly. That consult lit a fire. I started planning bigger. Not just divorce. Exposure. They both needed to feel the shame I'd felt. Mark's Amazon career. Built on reputation. One viral post about workplace affair could tank his promo chances. Jess. Her project manager role depended on trust. I imagined their faces when it all came crashing down. Over the next weeks, Mark's trips continued. Each one gave me more ammo. Venmo transfers to Jess labeled team lunch reimbursement. Saved hotel confirmations in his Gmail. He used the family account. Idiot. Even a photo he accidentally left in the cloud of them kissing at a rooftop bar in Soma. I forwarded copies to my burner Gmail. One night he came home early from a happy hour in the city. Wrapped his arms around me in the kitchen while I chopped veggies. Missed you today, he murmured. I stiffened, but played along. Missed you too, as he went to shower. I checked his phone again. New message from Jess. Can't wait for Vegas next month. Bellagio suite booked. Tell Sarah it's a conference. My jaw clenched. Vegas, our favorite getaway spot from college. He was planning to take her there. I whispered to Luna as she lay at my feet. We're getting out of this, girl. And they're going to regret ever crossing me. The plan was forming. Financial security. Check. Evidence mountain. Growing lawyer. On board. Next step. Make them pay publicly. But I needed one more big piece. Undeniable, humiliating proof. The Vegas trip was the final straw. Mark started packing like it was just another work conference. Casual button-downs. His favorite jeans. The cologne I used to love. He kissed me goodbye at the door. Luna whining at his feet. 3 days. Tops. Love you, babe. I smiled sweetly. Love you too. Have fun. As his Uber pulled away toward SeaTac, I felt nothing but ice. That weekend alone in the house, I went full detective. I logged into his Amazon Prime account, shared, of course, and checked recent orders again. There it was. 2 tickets to a Cirque du Soleil show at Bellagio, booked under his name but with 2 seats. A reservation for a couple's spa package at Qua Baths. Even a bottle of Dom Perignon delivered to the suite. All charged to our joint card. He hadn't even bothered to use a separate one. Sloppy. Arrogant. I pulled up the Bellagio website, found the suite details, and cross-checked with the confirmation email he'd forwarded to himself, visible in his Gmail trash. People never empty it properly. The reservation was for Mark Thompson and guest, not Jessica Hayes outright, but the guest check-in note said +1 female. I screenshotted it all, added timestamps, and filed it away. While he was gone, I met Lisa Chen in person at her Bellevue office, sleek glass building near the mall. The kind of place tech wives go when things fall apart. She reviewed my evidence folder on a secure laptop. This is strong, she said, scrolling through texts and photos. We can file for dissolution immediately. No fault means we don't need to prove cheating in court, but this level of documentation helps with temporary spousal support, asset freeze if needed, and it gives leverage in mediation. You're entitled to half the house equity, half is $401k, and potentially maintenance since your income dipped while supporting his career. She paused. But if you want more emotional satisfaction, we can't do public shaming through the courts. That's on you. Just don't break any laws. No hacking, no harassment. I nodded. I won't, but they need to feel exposed the way I did. Lisa gave me a knowing look. Be careful. Revenge can backfire. Back home, I started mapping the exposure. Step 1. Anonymous, but traceable in a way that pointed to truth. I created a burner Instagram account, @TruthAndBell, no profile pic, private at first. I compiled a highlight reel, blurred screenshots of texts enough to read the context without doxing myself yet. Hotel receipts, the Vegas booking, Jess's Instagram posts synced with Mark's travel dates. I added a voiceover script I recorded on my phone, my voice disguised with a free app. Low and calm. This is what happens when your husband and your best friend betray you for over a year. Names changed. No. Faces. You'll recognize them if you know them. but I held off posting. Too soon. I needed the big hit. I also reached out to a few mutual friends carefully. Not Rachel, but others who weren't super close to Jess. I started with vague texts. Hey, have you noticed Mark and Jess acting weird lately? Most brushed it off. But 1 hour old you friend group chat admin, Tyler replied privately. Dude, I saw them at a bar in SFO last month, looked cozy. Sorry, Sarah, that was gold. I asked him to send any photos he had. He did. One blurry shot from across the room, Mark's arm around Jess, both laughing. Timestamp matched one of Mark's trips. The rage turned strategic. I decided on a multi-phase drop. First, private exposure to close circle. Then public. Then professional. Phase 1. The group chat bomb. Our main friend group from college, about 12 people, including Jess, was still active on WhatsApp. Jess posted there all the time. Vacation pics, work wins. Mark too. I created a new anonymous email, seatltruth225@gmail.com. Compiled a zip file, key screenshots, the Vegas proof, Tyler's photo. Attached a short note. Some of you might want to see this. Ask Mark and Jess why they've been lying for a year. I scheduled the email to send while Mark was still in Vegas Friday night, when everyone was online scrolling. But I hesitated. One click and there was no going back. Instead, I tested smaller. I sent the file privately to 2 trusted friends, who were untin deep with Jess, one from my freelance network, one from yoga class. Their reactions: shock, anger on my behalf. Sarah, I'm so sorry. What can I do? That validation fueled me. Meanwhile, Mark texted from Vegas. Conference is killer. Miss you. With a selfie from the pool alone lie. I replied, miss you too, while staring at the Bellagio suite confirmation. Sunday night he flew back. Tanned, relaxed, gifts. A bottle of wine from Napa, probably bought with Jess. He hugged me tight. Couldn't wait to get home. I hugged back, but my mind was miles ahead. That night, as he slept, I finalized phase 1. I hit send on the anonymous email to the full group chat list, BCC, so no one saw others. Subject, something you should know. Within minutes, my phone blew up. Private texts. Sarah, is this you? WTF, is this? Mark, what the hell? Jess went silent, no reply, no defense. Mark's phone started vibrating nonstop on the nightstand. He woke up groggy. What's going on? He grabbed it, scrolled, face draining of color. Sarah, what is this? I sat up in bed, calm. That's what I want to know, Mark. Why do want to explain to everyone why you've been fucking my best friend for a year? The room went dead quiet except for Luna's soft whine from the hallway. He stammered, it's not. I can explain. But the damage was done. The group chat was exploding. This is insane. Jess, say something. Mark, you're disgusting. I stood up, grabbed my robe. You have 24 hours to move out, or I'll make sure Amazon HR sees this too. He begged, cried, said it was a mistake. Jess meant nothing. He loved me. I didn't yell. I just looked at him. You had a year of chances to stop. Now it's my turn. That was the turning point. No more pretending. Revenge wasn't a fantasy anymore. It was in motion. The bedroom felt smaller the moment Mark realized the group chat had blown up. His face went from confusion to panic in seconds, eyes wide, scrolling frantically through the messages pouring in. Mark explained this now. Jess, you're silent. WTF. Sarah, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. This is messed up. Phones buzzing like angry bees. Luna paced the hallway, sensing the tension. Mark dropped to his knees beside the bed. Sarah, please. Let me explain. It was a mistake. Jess and it just happened. Work stress, long hours. I never meant to hurt you. Tears streamed down his face. He reached for my hand. I pulled away. Don't touch me. You had a year to stop. A whole year of lying to my face, to our friends, to yourself. Mistake. That's what you call booking suites and sending nudes. He sobbed harder. I'll end it right now. I'll call her, block her, quit the project if I have to. We can fix this therapy, whatever you want. I laughed, a cold, short sound that surprised even me. Fix this? You think therapy erases the hotel receipts? The texts calling me clueless while you were with her? No, Mark. You don't get to decide when it ends. I do. I stood up, walked to the closet, and pulled out a duffel bag I'd packed earlier that week just in case. His clothes, toiletries, laptop charger. I tossed it at his feet. You have until tomorrow night to get your stuff and go. Stay with your mom in Tacoma. Crash with a coworker. I don't care. But you're out of this house. He begged, more promises, apologies, vows to change. I didn't respond. I just stared until he stopped talking. Eventually he grabbed the bag, stumbled out to the living room couch. I locked the bedroom door, curled up with Luna, and for the first time in months, slept deeply. No more pretending. Monday morning I awoke to chaos. Mark had left early, probably to damage control at work or with Jess. My phone was flooded. Private messages from friends, some supportive, "You're strong, Sarah, we've got you." Some shocked, "I can't believe Jess did this. She was always so nice." A few from Jess herself, long paragraphs of excuses. "Sarah, it wasn't like that. We fell in love. I didn't want to hurt you. Can we talk?" I didn't reply. I blocked her everywhere. Phase 2, professional hit. I compiled the cleanest, most undeniable, evidence-blurred faces where needed for legality. But clear enough, work emails referencing personal time during trips. The affair timeline overlapping project deadlines, Venmo transfers during work hours. I created an anonymous PDF titled Workplace Misconduct Report and emailed it to Amazon SHR ethics line ethics@amazon.com. They have a whistleblower portal. Attached, concerns regarding potential policy violations involving a senior engineer and project manager on a WS team. Evidence enclosed for review. I used a VPN and the burner email. No direct accusations, just facts and timestamps. Amazon takes this stuff seriously, especially post #MeToo. Within 48 hours, I heard through the grapevine. Tyler texted me. Mark got pulled into an emergency meeting. Jess too. Rumors spread fast in tech circles. Phase 3, public exposure. I waited until Wednesday, let the private fallout simmer. Then, from the burner Instagram @Truth and Beliv, I posted the highlight reel as a carousel. Slide 1 text overlay betrayed by the two people I trusted most. Followed by redacted screenshots, hotel bookings, Tyler's photo, the Vegas itinerary. Caption: "This is what a year of lies looks like." No names needed. If you know them, you know. Karma doesn't forget. I said it public, tagged no one, but Seattle tech friends followed the account quickly. Views climbed fast, 500, 2K, 10K in hours. Comments poured in. "This is brutal, hope you're okay OP, classic cheater downfall." By Thursday, the post was shared in local Reddit subs, "Our Seattle, our scary questions," anonymous threads. People connected. Mark's name floated in comments. His LinkedIn views spiked, then connections dropped. Jess's profile went private overnight. Mark came back that evening, bags under his eyes, defeated. "HR put me on paid leave pending investigation. They said the evidence is compelling. Sarah, my career is over." He looked broken. Part of me felt a pang. 5 years of love doesn't vanish, but the bigger part felt justice. "You made choices, Mark. Every hotel room, every text. You chose this." He asked for forgiveness one last time. I shook my head. "Pack the rest tomorrow. Papers will be served next week." The next days were a blur. Lisa filed the divorce petition, reconcilable differences, but with a motion for temporary support and asset preservation. Mark moved out to his mom's. Friends rallied around dinners, walks with Luna, help moving his crap to storage. I changed the locks, updated passwords, even got a Ring camera for the front door. Socially, Jess became a ghost. Mutual friends cut her off. Some messaged me, apologies for not seeing it sooner. Her freelance side gigs dried upward, spreads in creative circles too. Financially, I was safe. My freelance picked up new clients from referrals, ironically boosted by the strong woman narrative online. I even started a small anonymous TikTok side account, sharing glow-up after betrayal tips. Views exploded. Mark tried one last plea via text. "I lost my job promo. Jess and I are done. Can we talk? I still love you." I replied once. "You loved the version of me that didn't know the truth. That version is gone," then blocked. The revenge wasn't loud explosions or dramatic scenes. It was quiet, calculated, cuts each one deeper than the last, and it felt right. The weeks after Mark moved out felt like emerging from a long, dark tunnel into sunlight. The house in Bellevue suddenly seemed bigger, quieter, but in a peaceful way. Luna and I claimed the space. I rearranged the living room, hung new art prints I'd designed myself, turned the guest room into a dedicated creative studio with better lighting for my freelance work. No more tiptoeing around his schedule or his moods. The divorce process moved quickly. Lisa Chen was ruthless in the best way. We filed in King County Superior Court. Washington's community property laws worked in my favor. Professionally, Mark's life unraveled further. Amazon's investigation concluded policy violation, fraternization, plus potential misuse of company time, resources for personal trips. He wasn't fired outright to senior but demoted, moved to a non-lead role on a less visible team, and passed over for promotion indefinitely. Word spread fast in Seattle tech. Recruiters ghosted him. Last I heard through mutuals, he was job hunting in Portland, living in a small apartment, dating apps profile, looking desperate. Jess. She quit Amazon before they could act too much heat. She moved back to Oakland with family, profile scrubbed, no more influencer vibes. Mutual friends told me she tried apologizing via email once. I regret everything. I deleted it, unread. Socially, the fallout settled. Some friends drifted, the ones who stayed neutral, but the real ones rallied weekly dinners, group hikes, even as Sarah's new chapter party at a rooftop bar in Capitol Hill. The Instagram post from @truthandbelow hit 150K views before I archived the account. Comments were 90% supportive, women sharing their stories, men calling out cheaters. It felt validating, not vengeful anymore. I'd exposed the truth. The rest was karma doing its job. Financially and emotionally, I rebuilt stronger. Freelance exploded, new clients from the tech crowd who'd seen the story, ironic boost. I landed contracts with 2 startups in Fremont and 1 in Bellevue, pulling 6 figures for the first time. I started a side Instagram under my real name, @SarahCreedy_CUI Mockups. Seattle Life with Luna. Subtle empowerment posts. Followers grew fast. Brands reached out for collabs. I even launched a small digital product. A Glope After Betrayal Planner PDF sold hundreds in the first month. A year after the exposure, I was unrecognizable in the best way. Hair cut shorter and highlighted. Gym, routine solid. Peloton in the garage became my therapy. Wardrobe upgraded, less wife and more boss. I dated casually a nice guy from a design meet in Ballard, but nothing serious yet. I wasn't rushing. I was enjoying being me, single, independent, thriving. One rainy afternoon, I was at Pike Place grabbing coffee when I ran into Mark. He looked thinner, tired, hoodie up against the drizzle. He froze when he saw me. Sarah, voice small. I met his eyes calmly. Mark. No anger, no pity, just neutral. He stammered. I'm sorry. For everything, I ruined us. I nodded once. You did, but I rebuilt better. Take care. I walked past, Luna trotting happily beside me, no looking back. That moment closed the chapter, not with fireworks, but with quiet power. He lost the life he thought he deserved. I gained the one I earned. To anyone watching who's been betrayed, the pain is real, the rage is valid, but channel it. Protect yourself first. Gather your proof, get your people, plan smart. Then walk away, richer in money, in strength, in peace. If my story helped you feel less alone, drop a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more real revenge tales where the good ones win. Karma always collects. Thanks for listening to my story. I'm Sarah Thompson. And I'm finally free.